Assalamu alaikum, this is Mohammad from MuslimCEO.com, and I want to share with you one thing which I found was really transformational in getting buy-in from people. So I want to tell you a story, and I call this story Talk is Cheap. Talk is cheap, right? So what happened is, when I was working for iERA, one of the tasks that I had was going to Canada, which was another country because we were based in the UK, and launching iERA there. And one of the things we would do is we would go to local masajid, local communities, local imams and stuff, and try and get buy-in for what we do in iERA. And I remember one meeting where I was sitting with a group of people, never met them before in my life, and basically having a chat with them about what we do. And the whole time I was talking to them, their faces were just blank. It was like they weren't interested at all. And it was very strange for me because usually people are kind of interested, but these guys were just like not interested at all. And it was like we were talking and everything we were saying was like worthless. Like, talk is cheap. It was just like, it didn't mean anything. And then I remember, like, after some time, I'm like, you know what, like, maybe we should show them some of our work. So what I did is I took out some of the dawah materials we had produced and I said, look, this is some of the stuff that we're doing. And then they looked at it and they were like, wow. It's like their eyes lit up, their faces lit up. They basically had massive energy come to them, and they started looking, and they were like excited, and they were like, oh wow, this is amazing, this is really good, this is really nice, we need this. And they were like, how do we get this stuff? Like, we want this stuff, right? And for me, that taught me a huge lesson that talk is really cheap. If you just go around just talking to people about what you do, telling them about what you do, yes, like, words are powerful and they can be inspiring, but there's nothing more inspiring than showing someone. They say seeing is believing. So really the big tip I have for you is that you need to demonstrate, you need to show exactly what you do, the benefits of what you do. This could be through customer testimonials, this could be through reports or results or examples of work. It could be anything, but it needs to be something concrete, because in a lot of people's minds it's hard for them to use their creative imagination to come up with what exactly your transformation looks like. And so if you make it easier for them, then you'll see that basically they'll buy into it. And this is one of the reasons, like, one of the best things for marketing in the history of marketing is what we call before and after pictures, right? So if you see this guy who's like huge and he's unhealthy and this and that, and then right next to that you see a picture of him like 7 months later, he's like super healthy, he's got a six-pack. Those pictures do well because people see the transformation in front of them. So in the same way, I would say that stop talking to your customers because talk is cheap, and start demonstrating the value that you bring, the kind of work that you do, examples, testimony, all these things, and then obviously push them out, in the form of stories, because like we said, stories are so powerful. So use stories and use your social media to demonstrate the value you bring, and inshallah that will really help people come closer to your brand and really buy into what you do and desire what you do on a much higher level. So I hope that this has helped you, inshallah. If you found it beneficial, please like it and subscribe it. And if you haven't already done so, please go to MuslimCEO.com, where we have completely free training for Muslim organizations, for business people that are Muslims, if you're serving the Muslim market. It's a culmination of a lot of my experience for the last few decades, all into a super value-packed video, which you definitely need to check out at MuslimCEO.com. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.